All right, welcome to the Feedback Podcast, everybody. My name is Back, and this is episode, I don't know, 254, 255. I don't know. I was wrong last time, actually.
Oh
I said
no.
255, it was 254. But anyway, whatever it is, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. A couple of announcements. By the way, I want to thank everybody who came to Hip Hop Bingo last Sunday. It was great. We packed the house at Native,
Hell yeah.
West Coast Edition. Big shout out to K. Cali, Rudy Davino. Who else? Chris Tobar with the design. Mama A's for the Jamaican food.
Oh hell yeah.
Slab Barbecue for the prize. Barmaid Vodka. I'm just going to leave them all. Uh, uh, Keys to the Streets on KZI, the food truck Soul Fest. Those are all the prizes we gave away.
Yeah, that's
So and shout out to Native as well. So it was great. And then the Can't Even comedy folks came after that and had a dope show, and I was on it. Yeah, I got to
hell
do
yeah.
5 minutes. Anyway, thank you all. Make sure you follow Hip Hop Bingo on Instagram. I got the theme for the next one. I will not announce it just yet, so you have to tune in and follow us. Also, all the episodes of the Feedback Podcast are on YouTube. Just look up the Feedback, BAK, of course, and you'll put some faces to the people you've been listening to. Who did I have recently? Gabe Davis came on. Amy Shanker
Oh yeah.
was on. Trying to remember. CJ Landry. I mean, the list
Oh
goes on and
nice.
on and on.
Yeah.
So, a lot of funny people.
All the classics.
Yes, the class. I call them the classics. I like that. I like that. But let me introduce my guest for this episode. I got the very funny Katie Felton.
Yes.
I was about to say, I don't know why I want to say Fulton every time. I don't know why.
I
It's
think I would be
Felton.
much richer if I was a Fulton. So
I agree. Probably.
I always see products there like Fulton, whatever, and I'm like, if only I had one letter difference.
Is it a brand, Fulton?
It's always on something.
Yeah,
I've
move the
seen it
mic closer to your face.
on like medical equipment and all this jazz. So they are out there.
There is like a Fulton brand.
I don't know if it's like one brand that rules all of the brands, but there is Fultons on
It's a
things.
bank.
Okay. A bank. I'm into that.
I was
It
about to
could be a
say,
bank,
yeah,
Eris.
why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? So, why? First of all, thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
No, of course. I know you live on the other side of town, and I live up in fucking South Dallas at this point.
But it's Austin. Everywhere you can get to pretty much in 30 minutes without traffic.
You've been in Austin? How long?
7 years.
Okay, so let's see. It used to be you could get through the entire town in like 15 minutes,
Yeah,
10, 15.
that's fair.
Now it's 30. It used to be we had rush hour traffic. Now there's no,
Yeah.
there's 24-hour.
I was there for that. I witnessed rush hour traffic, which is uh, an issue for such a small, like, major city.
Mhm.
But coming from California, where it's like a parking lot and you have to sit in traffic for an hour, when people in Austin were like, oh, we have bad traffic. It's just,
Oh yeah, everybody from
yeah,
California
it's
comes here
laughable.
and we bitch about traffic. No, you motherfuckers don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
No, yeah, okay. What's the name of the highway through LA? That goes through LA, the big one.
The 5
Yes,
or the 405.
the 405. That's the one I
Yeah.
hear about a lot. I can't believe we started talking about traffic. But I got bone to pick with you with the chicken, with the chicken thing.
Okay.
So Katie here
Yes.
has fried chicken without bone in it.
Yeah.
So when you go to Pluckers,
Yeah. I try to get boneless. But I do eat the regular bone if of it, like when they have it. If they don't have a boneless option,
uh-huh.
it becomes a mess for me. So I'd rather look ladylike and have boneless.
What about a steak? Would you have a ribeye or a T-bone with the bone in it? Is that an issue? I'm trying to
Uh,
understand the psyche
Not
on
like
this.
a huge issue, but I prefer steak without bones too.
What's your steak? What cut?
I mean, filet if we're like really going crazy.
Filet mignon?
Yeah.
That's it? You know what? I'm trying to think who has the... I just had one, actually. Eddie V's. You ever been to Eddie V's?
Oh, I have not. No.
Oh, you want to treat yourself to some filet mignon?
Okay.
Eddie V's 12 ounce. Okay, so here's what I did.
Okay.
Every once in a while, I treat myself.
Okay.
Everybody should,
Yeah,
right?
you should.
Yeah. You got your fried chicken. I go. You
Yeah.
know? I went down to Eddie V's by myself,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, I'm just gonna sit at the bar
Hell yeah.
and have my meal. The thing about Eddie V's is that, I mean, it's fancy.
Right.
They have a piano player and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
They have so most of the people there are like I would say 40 plus.
Right.
40 plus. They're in town. There's a lot of regulars, people that
Oh.
like couples that come through like every weekend,
Okay.
and that's their date night.
Yeah.
So they know everybody. It's that kind of vibe, right?
Okay.
But everybody's all dressed up for the most part.
Mm.
So I show up, I sit at the bar, I'm just having my meal. And I look around, and it's mostly, of course, couples
Yeah.
where like the dude is 15 years older than
Oh,
the woman.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I need to go to pick up men.
Seriously, it is. Look, just throw a rock. Just throw a rock in there. It's really like that. And I'm sitting there, and there's a couple next to me, and the dude is in his 60s, and the woman is, I mean, she's in her 50s, but she looks like she's like 42,
Oh.
like gorgeous.
Yeah, I get it, girl.
Yes. And in that situation, I always assume, you know what hot wifing is? You ever heard of that?
Hot wifing?
Yeah, hot wifing. You ever heard of that?
No.
It's like couples who into like a polyamorous type of thing, and the
Oh.
wife is hot, and then the dude it's like cooking
Yeah.
or whatever.
Okay.
So I always assume that,
Yeah, probably.
and I'm sitting there, and then sure enough, he talks. I'm not saying anything. I'm minding my own business. I'm eating my fillet,
Uh-huh.
and he turns to me and he goes, "So, like, you come here often?" I swear to God, opening line. He's like, "Oh, you." I knew the bartender is a good friend of mine,
Right.
And he's like, "Hey, you come here often?" I'm like, "Oh, here we go. This is gonna be it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be it." And he tells me, I'm like, "Yeah, I'll treat myself. Come see my friends, the
Right.
bartender, blah blah blah." And then he started telling me, "Well, we hear all the time. You look like you know a lot of people, and blah." And then this is my girlfriend, and I'm like, "Okay, girlfriend, you have white hair. You say girlfriend, that means." Either you were married and it's over, and the girl's like, "Yeah, we met on Bumble 3 months ago."
Oh my goodness.
I did not expect that answer at all. And we started talking for like 30 minutes.
That's awesome.
And next thing you know, I'm like, "What are you guys doing after this?"
They say come back to our place.
I wish. But the weird part was that she so the dude was like, I was like, "Hey, let me buy you guys a round of drinks."
Oh, that's
And
nice of you.
yeah, I mean, and the guy goes, "Well, I can't. I can only drink one because tomorrow I do this volleyball thing. I play volleyball." The dude's in his 60s. Like, I play volleyball,
Yeah.
but I want to make sure I'm fresh. I'm just gonna have one drink.
He's trying to flex on you.
Yeah, but then the lady goes, "Oh, no, but you have to keep up with me."
Oh.
And I'm drinking. We actually ordered the same drink, and I'm drinking mine, and she keeps going, "You're not drinking that fast enough." And I'm like, "Stop giving me mixed signals, lady," because this is. I ended up taking them to Creek in the Cave.
Oh, fun. What?
Yeah, I was like, "What are you guys doing after this?" They're like, "Oh, nothing. I mean, we're gonna go home, but I got to be home by 11:30." I'm like, "Look, there's a show at Creek.
Yeah.
It's right around the corner. Let's just, I'll get your tickets, and then we'll just go."
That's awesome.
But when we sat there,
What show was it?
it was the showcase. It was Saturday night, no, Friday night.
Okay.
So it was supposed to be Joe DeRosa,
Oh, okay.
but they got
Yeah.
canceled because of flights or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then and so they showed. We came in, sat down. I sat down with them for like 5 minutes, but then I thought, I don't want to talk. Like, they're on a
Right.
date night. Like, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And one thing I hate with a passion is holding candles, like third wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're on a date, and I'm going to be like, "Oh yeah, look, it comedy this, it comedy that. Oh, this is funny. Oh no, this guy. Blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And where do you get that shirt?" Like, no, I'm not going to be that dude. So I just let him be. I disappeared, went outside, hung out, and then I actually sat in the back, and before they left, they came by and said thank you. It's like, well, where were you? I thought you were gonna hang out with us. I'm like,
Ah.
no.
So would you hot wife given the opportunity?
With a hot wife?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I would.
Okay.
Yes.
You don't mind somebody lurking?
You don't have to watch. That's the thing. They don't have to watch. Like the wife has her own life.
Okay.
Sometimes, I mean,
So
sometimes the
they
dude's into it.
He could lurk if he wanted, but he doesn't have to.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
Okay.
I hope. Yeah, that'd be weird.
Also, what's the oldest you would go?
Depends. I would go if she looks good, because she was she 49? I'll say 50. 50 is a good cutoff.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm sure there's some 52-year-olds
Yeah.
out there who look gorgeous.
True. Yeah.
I mean, maintaining everything. So,
Hell yeah.
what about you? How old would you go? Well, have you gone already?
No, I haven't gone that crazy. I don't know. I think it depends, yeah, on, well, how much money they have
True.
and what they look like. If it's like a really rich guy that has a youthful energy and like tries to maintain, I would say like 60.
60?
Yeah. I like old people shit, so I feel like we would be able to
You watch QVC together?
Yeah, Law and Order SVU.
And daytime TV.
Have like a 11 p.m. bedtime. I'm into that.
Is that really what you do?
No. Well, not anymore. I used to, but now with comedy, I stay up till like 3 in the morning, just like trying to come down from just being awake.
So what is the oldest you've dated? Age difference.
Like I think 9 years.
That's not too bad.
No.
I mean, no judgment.
No. But that was also like when I was in my mid-20s, so.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't anything crazy.
But man, 60? Would you deal with a 60-year-old?
And
you still have to fuck him?
I know. Like I said,
I know.
they have to maintain. But again, the richness would be the aphrodisiac.
You want a sugar daddy?
Yes and no. I think
Ah.
Yes, but also I don't want them to hold the money over me in a sugar daddy way to be like, if you do this.
Yeah. Oh, you're used to this lifestyle. So guess what? If you cross me once, or if you don't do what I want you to,
Right.
then yeah, no more trips to Hawaii.
But I like the idea of a retired man that's just trying to blow his money.
That was that dude.
Yeah.
Because he told me straight up, he's like, yeah, we dated we met on Bumble 3 months, and they already went on a cruise.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
And he asked me, he's like, would you go on a cruise? I'm like, no.
Never? They're not for everybody.
No, there's one cruise I would go on. It's a reggae cruise that Bob Marley's son, Julian Marley, puts on called Jamrock.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
They've been doing it for, I don't know, 6-7 years now, around November, December. And it's all my favorite reggae artists that are on there. Other than that, just to be on a hotel on the water, no. I don't get the appeal. Like, you could do the same shit. What is it about being on the boat that makes it different?
I guess. So I lived on a cruise ship for 4 months. I did travel abroad, but that wasn't a fancy cruise ship.
You're just gonna say that? That's not. You lived on 4 months?
Yeah. So the appeal is that you don't have to you get to travel to multiple countries, but you don't have to unpack and repack everywhere. So that's the nice part of the cruise.
Okay.
But to your point, if you're doing a 4-day cruise and you're hitting 1 or 2 spots, it's not that enticing. But for my graduation trip, I went on a cruise in the Caribbean on the world's largest ship at the time. So it was kind of just more to see what that experience was like.
Wait, hold on. I got so many questions.
Yeah. These are separate cruise trips, by the way.
Oh, so you get on another ship?
So I did my study abroad on a cruise ship my sophomore year of college.
So it's abroad, and because you left the country to visit a couple places and came back.
Yeah, we circumnavigated the globe,
Circumnavigated the globe.
which means, yeah, you sail all the way around. We started in one time zone and ended. So we started in the Bahamas, and the ship, um, like each year or each few years, a new university kind of takes over the curriculum. So
Uh huh.
it's called Semester at Sea. When I went, University of Virginia was in charge of the curriculum,
Uh huh.
but the ship is sailed out of the Bahamas and is like licensed from the Bahamas because then the drinking age is younger and they probably like have less taxes or some shit. I don't know. So we started in the Bahamas and then went to Spain, Morocco, Namibia, South Africa, Mauritius, India, China, Vietnam, Japan, Thailand. Those aren't all in order at this point,
Yeah,
but
I'm following like on a map.
um, then we went around to Hawaii and then hit Guatemala, went through the Panama Canal, and docked back in Florida.
Fucking Magellan.
Yeah, it was really fun.
4 months. It takes 4 months,
Yeah.
like nonstop. I mean, of course, you stop at the different countries, right?
Yeah, so we stop at the different countries and you have like 3 to 5 days in each port. And some, like China, there we had 2 stops. So they kind of just leave it up to you as long as you get back on the ship on the last day. So, like in China, I went off the boat and we were there for a full week. And so while the ship was moving, I was in Beijing.
Wait, so but you stay on the boat at night,
You
or they give you a
can.
hotel when you get on?
They don't give you a hotel. So anything that is outside of the ship, you have to pay for on your own. So it can get expensive.
Yes, yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, you're welcome to stay on the ship at night any time you're docked.
Do you have to look for people that don't come back?
Um, most of
There's got to be the one dude that's like, okay, one more drink in
right.
Beijing. Like, okay, where's Jeff? Everybody, we need. There's a roll call. Like, they have to call people out.
They have like you have a little swipey system so they know if you didn't make it back on the ship and then we wouldn't look for them. It was just kind of like this is last call. If you don't make it on the ship, you're
You're,
SOL.
that's it.
Yeah, like you have to find your way back. And I don't know if they would like give you a chance to meet the ship back up or what, but you definitely would get in trouble as far as like credits wise and
Oh, fuck the credits. I mean, if I don't get back on the boat in South Africa, and I have to work my way all the way to India or
yeah.
Japan to catch it, god damn, this is. I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure there's
sure.
people that I mean, look, people who go on cruises. I would think they have like the money.
Right.
There's no cruise for poor people.
Carnival cruise. No,
Oh, is that the lowest one? The Carnival one?
it's more affordable, yeah.
Oh, affordable, quote unquote.
I think you can get like a Mexico cruise for like $300 for
I don't trust a Mexican cruise for $300. I'm sorry, the water probably sucks. It's not a good idea. They don't. Actually, the deck would probably be really clean. With Mexican folks on board. I'll give you that. But I mean, tacos all day. I mean, shit.
yeah. Well, you pour at like one or two Mexican cities.
Like what was the highlight? What was the country you're like, oh, this is like I could come back here.
Um, I love Thailand.
That's what I keep hearing about Thailand. My sister has been to Thailand a few times,
Okay.
and she always tells me that if you want cheap and gorgeous,
Yep.
Thailand.
Mhm.
Man, now I gotta go because Japan is my shit. Japan is where I
Okay.
want to go. I haven't gone.
Yeah.
It's on my list. I know that's expensive. So is
Right.
Hong Kong,
Yeah.
but Thailand is for cheap,
Yeah.
cheap, and still have a good time.
Cheap, fun. The people are really cool, like hospitable, have a sense of humor.
They got to be used to tourists coming in all the time.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But I don't know. It's interest like uh just the difference between like Thailand and China, or at least my experience was like, Thailand, they're joking around, they're very jovial.
Hmm.
China, they're still like friendly, but just more buttoned up, definitely like,
It's China.
yeah, they know Big Brother's watching, so.
Exactly. They have like a rating system for people.
Oh,
Like you get a grade based on. I think it's like saying you're a better person because you have a high credit score kind
okay.
of thing.
Yeah.
You ever watch Black Mirror?
No, I'm too the kind of I saw like the first episode and it like turned my stomach and I was like I can't do this show.
Well, it's basically like there's a rating system for people, and it's
Okay.
based on like, are you a good person? Like,
Right.
so the,
How
the-
rebellious against the government are you type of thing?
well, how good are you? Are you getting? Yeah, basically, based on what your purchases and
Right.
all kinds of shit. So they have all this data. You're
Right.
like, okay, so we like you. We're not gonna fuck with you. You have a C.
Yeah.
All right. When's your next? Where are you going next? Because we're gonna be catching your ass.
Yeah.
It's like that. I mean, they don't fuck around.
No, for
I,
sure.
I would. I don't think I would want to go to China, honestly.
It's really cool. It's like definitely a different
Yeah, get the mic closer.
culture than any place on the planet, which I mean sounds dumb, but like
Yeah, it does.
I don't know.
Do you have a dream destination?
I really want to go to Australia.
Okay, why?
I They just seem like fun people. I also want to go to all 7 continents, so that's like one of the continents I haven't hit yet.
There's 5 continents.
Yeah, 7 oceans, 5 continents. You're correct.
It's a debate I've been having late. I mean, I've had this debate many times about there's 5 continents, not seven. We're taught five in France. That's why I always say that.
Wait, what are? Now I'm questioning myself.
I had this conversation with Tim Warner was on the show.
North America, South
No,
America.
America.
Oh, okay. So maybe I was right. There are 7 in North American education.
Yes. How many rings to the Olympic flag?
7? No.
Rings.
3, 5?
Yeah,
5. Yeah,
5 continents.
I guess.
I'm blowing your mind right now. You're like, I don't know what to do with this. Anyway, so dream destination Australia
Yeah.
for. Is it the culture? Is it the food? Is it Crocodile Dundee? Is it the
Well, I think they have a lot of hot men, and as a single lady at the moment,
look? If your bar is Chris Hemsworth, one of what's his name?
yeah, all the Hemsworth brothers are Australian.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the bar. You think they're all like
No,
that?
no, no, no. I realize they're not, but like, so my college town is in high altitude, so we would have like Olympic people would train for high altitude training,
Hmm.
and we would get the Australian football team every once in a
Oh,
while, and they were all really cute. And they're just like regular.
you know what? You could
Australian.
talk to my brother. He just came back from there. He lived there for 2 years.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pick his brain.
I mean, when he was there, he was like, there's not a lot of black folks down there.
No.
And so he was like Shaquille O'Neal everywhere he went.
Uh,
There is a thing when you go as a black man or black person,
Yeah.
when you go to a country, there's not a whole lot of black folks. They assume that you know all the big black celebrities. No, it's true. Like
I mean, yeah.
I've gotten away when I go to France. I speak English,
Okay. Yeah.
and I get away with a lot of stuff just because I'm black and I speak English.
Mm.
And I'll name drop people I've never met in my life. I'm like, oh, right this way, right this way, sir. Or you're friends with Puff Daddy. Come on in, like that, and it works.
That's amazing.
There's really an allure about that.
How come you speak English and not French?
I treated it better. They treat me better.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they're like, because if you're black in France, you're African, which I am,
Right.
but I'm just another Negro on the corner. But if I speak English,
Oh.
it puts me one notch above them all. And now I'm friends with Puff Daddy, so I get a table by the window,
That's crazy.
and it works.
I love that. Yeah, in China, since I had blonde hair,
Uh huh.
I got strangers trying to take pictures with me.
Yeah, they want to touch it. Go to Africa, see what happens.
I have been to Africa. They were scared of me
Of course.
because yeah,
White devil. No,
yeah.
no, I'm
It was so sad. I wanted to be friends with the kids, and like the babies were just like would cry and
What
hide.
you in South Africa? That was the.
I went to Malawi to
Oh
build
wow.
schools, and we built.
What's up with that school that takes you all over the place?
This was separate.
But still, you always end up in the school where like, oh, we're gonna go around the world in 4 months.
Yeah,
What's
but
Virginia? University of Virginia? Is that
yeah,
what
I didn't go through there. You can any college can apply. So shout out Semester at Sea if you guys are in college,
What?
apply. It's
That's,
an awesome program.
we didn't have that. We would go to the country and like in the farm, some shit like that.
Okay.
But man, you think you still have stuff like that today?
Yeah, I get like newsletters and stuff from them. So they're still trucking along. They're trying it's like dwindling, I want to say probably, but I want them to survive cuz they have like a pretty long legacy. The people I used to nanny for, the mom
Mm-hmm.
did it in the 80s, 70s, I don't know. She's like in her late 40s, maybe early 50s now. But she did it when she was a college kid. So probably the 80s or 90s.
Did you do a lot of organized trips as a kid?
What?
Organized trips,
Oh,
like the equivalent of like summer camps, when you go and you say, okay, you're gonna go to either another country, another region, and you stay there.
like an exchange program.
Not necessarily.
No, so I went to public school and those
I know.
they'd still have them, but it's not, I would say, as often. It's like definitely certain years
Mm-hmm.
and you have to pay for it out of pocket. But I was an only child, so I did a lot of day camps while my parents were at work.
Oh, fucking day camp.
Yeah, they're like, we need you gone out of the house.
That shit's expensive. I just signed up my son for summer camp
Okay.
for July.
For the whole month?
Yes,
How old is he?
4.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you gosh, what?
Well, is he sleeping there?
No, he's not
Okay.
here. He's not here.
Okay.
No, he's not here. He's with his mom. But yeah, how about $350 a week?
Oh my gosh. That's
Was that
cool
always the
for-
case?
I don't know. I didn't have no clue how much my camps were.
I mean, holy shit. I mean, it's like Monday through Friday.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that adds up to like over $1,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. Considering
Just to get, but
Yeah.
it's you go play. I got
Yeah.
work to do.
exactly.
That's not priceless, but it's like, look, I can't have you around when I'm working.
Right.
You're not old enough, so you go do Legos and
Yeah.
whatever STEM program you're doing,
Right.
or whatever. I'm all for that. But we didn't have any of that growing up. We had like day at the museum,
Okay.
do that, but we didn't even have sports.
What?
In France, there's no school sports. That's not a thing.
That's why.
No, you play for your town. You don't play for your school.
Okay.
So the whole concept of the jock or whatever that
Mhm.
you have here, and the cheerleaders and all that,
Right.
we didn't have it. We didn't know what that was.
Interesting.
And then we watched Saved by the Bell, and
Yeah.
that was the reference. But other than that, we're like, no, you go to school to study. You don't go
Yeah.
to hang out and go to office hours and hang out with your teachers. Like that. That's just
Right.
not a thing.
Interesting.
Int- you keep saying interesting. Everything I say.
Well, it's just I don't know, different. Were you jealous of like school sports or not really?
No, I didn't care.
Okay.
Even when I came here, and I saw like the whole vibe of it,
Mhm.
like you go to pep rallies and shit, and
Right.
you like wear the
Right.
colors. I didn't do any of that shit.
No. Did you come here for college or high school?
1 year in high school
Okay.
and then college,
Gotcha.
but I didn't. I'm like, I don't have time for any of this shit. I got
Right.
work to do and studying to do. So
Yeah.
the concept alone is just, I don't know, it's just weird to me. Because you're like, it makes, it builds this like hierarchy
Right.
in the school where you have, or you get the nerds, you get the jocks,
Yeah.
the cheerleaders, the captain of the football team, dates the
Mhm.
captain of the cheerleading squad, and all that. Nah,
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't got time for that shit.
I definitely think it can be not the hierarchy, but just like sports in general or school clubs
Uh huh.
can be helpful. Like I had my high school was 2,400 kids. So like you
That's small
need
or that's big? I don't know.
it's pretty big. It's like
Okay.
600 kids per class.
High school?
Yeah,
Wow.
like in each grade year.
Yeah.
Um so it definitely makes it easier to have friends
Mm-hmm.
cuz you're like have a niche group of people where you're like we all like soccer or whatever.
I mean, I get the whole, yeah. I want to belong to something
Right.
thing. I get that, but it's weird where when you get called on a Friday and say everybody go to the gym for pep
Yeah.
rally, and I'm like, aren't we supposed to? I wasn't
Yeah.
I wasn't that kid. Like, no, we're supposed to study for the test. I wasn't that kid, but I was like, this still kind of. And when my friends be like, "Hey, let's go hang out with Mr. Johnson," I'm like, "Why would you want to hang out with Mr.
Yeah.
Johnson? Why?"
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. I like your perspective, but I I guess not knowing the difference because you just grow up and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go to high school and they're
Yeah,
gonna
that's just
have
the thing. Like you
right.
don't think that um, how different it could be in other
Mhm.
places, but also you're like, yeah, this is the way it is. Like you
Right.
have prom, which
Mhm.
is I think I wouldn't say dumb, but it's.
It is kind of dumb.
Did
It's
you go to
fun
prom?
though. Yeah, I like getting dressed up, but I only went to one prom. We had junior and senior prom,
I
but
thought it was just a senior thing.
some schools it is, some it's junior also. I
Okay,
just went
so
to senior.
walk me through prom. I didn't. I mean, I went by myself. Is that sad?
No,
I mean, I didn't know. I didn't care. I just went by myself and
yeah.
had a good time. But like, walk me through your prom. Like, how did that go?
Oh, well, mine was kind of sad as far
Go
as
ahead. Go
like,
ahead. Let me have it.
so, I did lacrosse in high school
That's
and
just stick with the net on it,
yeah,
right? Okay.
which is French Canadian. It's Canada's,
Lacrosse. Oh, French Canadian. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Not okay.
it's Canada's national sport. Fun fact.
I did not know that.
Yes. Um, so I did lacrosse and we had an awesome team and one of my teammates' brothers was in my grade. She was a year younger,
Mm-hmm.
and one of my teammates was going with her brother. So I have two separate teammates. One is my age, and one is a year younger. The one my age is going with the year younger's brother because they're friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then his best friend needed a prom date, and the younger teammate and like her mom was really cool, and so I was cool with her mom, and she's like, "You should go with this kid's friend or her son's friend." So I said, "Sure." So we went to Spider Man. I think it was 3 at the time.
Spider-Man 3. That's the it's still McGuire on there,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
it
Okay.
was still Toby Maguire. To like meet each other and see, make sure we didn't hate each other, and
Oh,
just
so you did like a pre-date before
yeah, we
prom
did
to
a
figure out.
pre-date.
But going to the movies is
Yeah,
doesn't really.
it
You
was
don't get to know
lame.
anybody. You
Yeah,
just sit there and watch and then go home.
exactly. So at the end of this like date, he was like, "Do you want to go to prom?" And I was like, "Sure." So that was pretty much our only like meeting and interaction. And then we went to prom and had fun, took pictures, hung out, went bowling.
But you knew that going to the movies to see Spider Man,
Yeah,
they both knew that this was
yeah,
it was gonna ask you,
mm-hmm,
right?
yeah.
And there was like, yeah, was it like a straight up yes, or was it like, yeah, maybe, yeah?
I think my exact words were sure, but it
Like
was a yes.
sure, or like sure, we'll go.
I think it was like sure.
So you were excited.
Yeah.
So okay, so the I try to remember my prom.
Did you get in a limo? That's like the big
No,
American thing.
no, I
Did
didn't
you
do
go
it.
to an after party after?
No, I didn't do any of that.
So you just went and like listened to the DJ and
I danced my ass off.
do they have I'm trying to think where my senior prom was. I don't know, but they usually had like fake gambling and like a few other activities you could do if you weren't
No, I mean
that into
I
it.
just I went, I danced
Okay.
by myself a lot, and I went home. And actually, I found out a week later that uh, my biology teacher's daughter, who was a cheerleader, wanted to go with me, but she never asked. I didn't know what the protocol was. I didn't know
Oh
I didn't know if like
no.
I was the one that's supposed. I don't know any of this shit. I still don't
Yeah.
understand how that works. But she told me like, yo, I saw you at the prom. Like you were jamming by yourself. Blah blah. I mean, we could have gone. I mean, she went with some other douchebag. It's not like I had a crush on her or
Yeah.
anything, but she told me like, yeah, we could have gone. I'm like,
Well, you should have told me
well, what the
before.
fuck, bitch? You
Yeah.
could have, yeah, you could have asked.
I'm new here,
Yeah,
lady.
I don't understand this country. You would have been a great introduction to how this thing works.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah. We had fun. But the weirdest part is I moved to New York at like after college, after 1 year after I graduate college,
mm-hmm.
and uh reunite with a friend from junior high who didn't like my junior high experience was like I went to an art school for a year, like not around my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I reconnect with this friend. She has like a group of friends that she's reconnected with,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the girls is from Seattle. She's like, "Oh, I started dating this guy." She goes to visit his parents, and it's my prom date. And there's like a picture of me in their house with him from prom. And she was like, "It's yeah, they got married."
That's creepy.
It kind of is, but it's just random that like my prom date that I never like knew or was boyfriends with for very well, not boyfriend and girlfriend, but like, I wasn't dating him.
Uh huh.
That just he started dating my friend in a very random way.
Did anything ever happen between you?
No.
Not even at prom. Isn't that the whole point?
I guess, but
I mean, you're impressing the girl. You pick her up in the limo. She has a nice dress on. You open the doors. You dance. There's like a slow dance, I would
we
assume.
were both squares, so I don't think it was
Did
like
you do the like arms length dance where you have to stretch, have your hands
I don't
out?
even know if we slow dance. I truly don't remember like my very specific prom experience.
That's how memorable it was.
Yeah,
That's
I
how.
remember pictures and we went bowling afterwards.
Oh, but you did the limo.
Yeah, but it was like a shared limo.
Oh, of course. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Unless your parents are loaded,
right.
it's like you're not gonna.
So yeah, we did the limo. I think we probably did dinner before. That's like a big thing.
You think you wanted to date you? Is
No, I don't think so.
no. Oh.
I think it was probably like I'm glad we have each other as dates and you are a nice person, but we're both going off to college, so
Bye.
on to
I'm
yeah.
gonna end up with your friend.
Yeah, greener
we,
pastures.
we will reconnect at some point, and guess what? There'll be a picture of us. That's brilliant. That's dope. That's dope. Uh, so why the comedy? Like, what made you want to jump in?
um,
Switching gears. I don't do segues. I just ask.
no, that's fair. So I'm an only child. My dad was a big student of comedy. Like he so I'm from California, like Southern California, but my parents met in LA
Mhm.
and would go to the comedy store all the time, just like
Like
as
this is '70s
yeah,
comedy store.
like Robin Williams, Jim
Oh,
Carrey, like
nice.
all the cool people were there.
Mm-hmm.
So he was always loved comedy, and like we would listen to albums in the car and stuff, or I guess CDs, but you know, like people's comedy albums.
Mm-hmm.
And is like a funny guy, so I would like try to impress him and be funny. And then I always surrounded myself with funny people, so I never really thought of myself as like overly funny, like funny enough to keep up, but I wasn't like the funniest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
But then I like moved, I had always had an interest in comedy just in general. And then when I moved to Austin, like my coworkers and friends would be like, "You're funny. You should like. Have you ever thought of doing comedy?" And I was like,
I thought
"Yeah,
about it.
yeah, I thought about it, but
I have
I
the
was
balls yet.
exactly."
Yep. That's what
So
it takes.
then my 30th birthday was coming up, and I was like, "You know what? If I'm not gonna do it now, then like when am I ever gonna do it?" So
Right.
to put kind of a deadline on this whole starting of comedy and trying it out, I took comedy classes.
Oh, you started with classes. Where at?
Yeah. Institution theater, but it's no longer around.
So they teach you how to write?
Yeah, she teaches you how to be concise more. It's
Mm-hmm.
more of like each week you're supposed to write, I don't know, 5 jokes or however many minutes of jokes. So then you can have 5 minutes at the end of the 6 weeks. And so every week you have to go up and tell the new jokes you thought of and wrote down. And then the class gives you feedback and like what parts were funny, what parts you can cut,
Mm-hmm.
or ask questions about how you came up with the material, that kind of stuff. So it's more of like they don't really teach you how to write because there's not really like,
I mean, everybody writes different.
yeah,
It's not. There's not a one formula. People write down. People don't even write. They get on
right,
stage and try shit out. You know, some people have bullet points. Some people
right,
write every single word and just learn by heart and cut the
mm-hmm,
fat later. Yeah, everybody is
yeah.
different, so there's not really a one.
So it's more of like a workshop, which I feel like I needed. If I were to just go to an open mic and do my jokes and then like I felt like I needed some type of feedback to be like, do this more, do this less. So
Hmm.
that was helpful for me.
Oh, so it did. So how long do you take the class?
It's 6 weeks. And then at the end of the 6 weeks, you have a performance.
Oh,
So
so
then
that
you're,
was your first really.
yeah. And then I did fairly well on that. So I was like, okay, I'm into this.
And then your first actual open mic.
I think I went to Kick Butt Coffee as my first open mic.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
That was my first. And you were like, okay, this is it. This is my.
Yeah, I knew, I think I had, she, so in the class, she was like, you know, comedy, like open mics are kind of hit or miss. You can have a good set or it can just be all comics and you're not going to get much feedback.
Right.
So I knew going in kind of what to expect, which also was helpful. I mean, I guess the internet exists, so I could have like researched an open mic experience, but I think I went to my first open mic after the performance because I was like, I don't want my confidence to be shook if I like really suck at this open mic and
Hmm.
then have to do a performance in 2 weeks.
Well, do you remember the joke? You don't have to retell it.
Ye-
Do you,
um,
oh, let me ask you this: do you still tell it?
yeah, there's a few that I wrote. There's like two pretty decent ones that I still do that I wrote
Yep.
during that time.
Like I remember, like the joke I did. I hadn't touched it in yeah, about 2 years.
Okay.
And then I went back and I was like, oh, now that I've have a few, shows and mics under my belt, I know how I can like restructure it
Right.
to make it better. And it's like it actually worked.
Nice.
But yeah, the first ones are never. It's rare. I've had comics here like, yeah, I went the first time I fucking killed. I'm like, you what?
Yeah, what?
It takes a lot. It takes a lot. It's the lowest form of entertainment because anybody can go up and do it,
Right.
and yet it's the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing to do.
Well, that's, yeah, if you're good, you make it look easy. So then
Oh yeah.
everybody is like, oh, I can do that. But then you're like, well, they're good. That's why.
Yes. Let's talk about that dude
What did,
at Kick Butt.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Uh, so we're at Kick Butt Coffee Wednesday, and then what was the joke? Somebody made a joke about Kobe Bryant.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't, we weren't in the room for the joke. But yeah,
Yeah,
somebody made a Kobe Bryant
like
joke.
that. He had to tell us that he
Right.
heckled. Another comic. Like, yo, I had to tell him because it's not appropriate. Blah blah blah. It's Kobe Bryant. Blah, blah,
Right.
blah. I'm like, no man, you don't know how this shit works. And yo, he was trying to holler at everybody in
Yeah.
there.
Oh, that was a separate guy.
No, same dude.
Oh, after I left, he was like,
Yeah.
oh, because there was that old man that was like heckling everybody, but you couldn't tell what he was saying.
He give my punchline away.
How rude.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I wasn't mad.
Right.
Like you can't react and be like, well, fuck you and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I don't know who that guy is. I hope he's there every Wednesday. I really do, because he was like, I mean, it's like I don't want to call it smart heckling because there's
Right.
really no such thing.
Right.
But he, his reaction made people laugh, and the
Right.
comics' reactions to his reaction could
Yes.
make people laugh too. So in the end, it could be a net positive.
Right.
But it was annoying though.
Yeah. It's hard because you could tell like he had good intentions. Like he was trying to heckle off what people were saying.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, interrupts, and then people really want to go on, like, in on people like that, and that always, like, makes me feel uncomfortable. But I get it. I get being like, yeah, shut the fuck up. If you're gonna heckle, like, I'm gonna show you what heckling is all about. But
Right.
I'm also like, he was not being mean, but yeah, he needed to shut up.
It's crazy that we have to still tell people
Right?
how this works.
I know.
Like you're not. I just did the Can't Even comedy showcase Sunday, and it was a small room, but you had the 24-year-old dude with his girlfriend,
Oh.
like sitting front, like right up front,
Right.
like legs spread.
Okay. Him or the girlfriend?
No, he was
Okay.
short shorts. So that was already distracting. Then his girlfriend was next to him, and she would talk back. And then they were there with another couple sitting next to them, and then the girl in that couple, she had like they went axe throwing. It was the birthday, so they were all drunk on a Sunday
Okay.
afternoon,
Yeah.
and she kept she kept talking back, and a bunch of comics actually had to like go, yo, kind of play along,
Right.
but you're dealing with, and they were not even hot.
Boo.
They were not even hot. I mean,
Yeah.
no.
No. A bag, where you have to put a bag over her face.
Borderline. I mean, they have boyfriends, so what does that tell you?
Yeah.
It's not for everybody. And then she came to me after the show, all drunk, like just slurring, going, "Oh yeah, that was a great show, but I thought I was contributing."
Really?
And I said, "No, that's not how that works."
No.
Like, yeah, but I was at a show once, and the guy was talking. He made eye contact. That's what she said. She said he made eye contact, so that gives me a green light to have a conversation. I'm like, no, bitch, that's not how that works.
Yeah, no.
It's like unless he talks to you directly, he or she talks to you directly, asks you a question like, "What's your name? What do you do for a
Right.
living?" Shut the fuck up.
I know.
And she was like, "Well, I didn't know that. He looked at me, so I thought I could talk back to him."
Right.
No, you're 23. You don't know anything.
Right.
And yet that guy is probably in his 60s and he still doesn't know anything. I'm like, what the fuck, people?
I know.
It's not an invitation to
No.
talk. It's annoying. We had a showcase at Hip Hop Bingo, and I felt bad because Gabe Davis was on, and Gabe is funny,
Right.
and it was like during the break, and some people were in the back talking, and I'm like, fuck, I should have grabbed the mic and tell everybody, if you're gonna talk, get the fuck out the room.
Right.
Let the man do his thing. Because people who were up front, they loved it, but I just can't. I was so pissed off. I was like, if I get on this mic, I'm gonna
Yeah.
piss some people off. So not gonna say anything. So from now on, at Hip Hop Bingo during the showcase, if you're gonna talk, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Exactly.
It's annoying. It's fucking annoying. God damn. It's 2022, people.
I know, right? Well, and just like if there's one person on stage and everybody's attention is like, why would you feel like you can just have a normal conversation?
And even if you do, if you're front and center.
Yeah,
I always remember. So a friend of mine, it was during Moon Tower, and Mark Maron was at the Paramount.
Okay.
And a friend of mine, his girlfriend and her girlfriend went to the show, and I saw them at the show, and they had front row seats.
Oh, nice.
Very front row.
Yeah.
So Mark Maron's on stage doing his thing. Meanwhile, they're having a conversation. Like,
oh my gosh.
and he, called him out once, twice, 3 times, you're out.
Right.
Right? And so they got kicked out.
Oh my gosh.
And so a week later, I run into her boyfriend. And I said, hey, I saw your girl at the Mark Maron show. And he goes, that fucker Mark Maron. I'm like, what did Mark Maron do to you? He goes, well, he got him kicked out. He's like, yeah, they were they were in the front row. Like literally, like where you are, like right up front and center, right in front of Mark Maron. Like, yeah, that's what happens. And he goes, well, she was dealing with some stuff with her mom. And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, don't go to the show then.
Yes. Don't get front row tickets to the show. It makes 0 sense. 0 fucking sense. It's literally like, I don't know, social etiquette 101.
Right. Or use it as your escapism and like be like, okay, in an hour I'll deal with this, but for now I'm just gonna concentrate, not think about the shitty shit.
I'm so glad they do the phone in the bags now.
What?
Like when you go to a show, they put your phone.
Oh, the phone's in the back.
Yeah.
I thought you said phones in the back, and I imagine like Secret Service people being like, this blonde in F-33
it's talking
sniper.
Shit. Look, if that was the case, I would love that. I love that. Like you get, I don't know, like actually even better. if you put like a trap door under each seat.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you get called out and if you're talking, like let's say there's a put a sensor on like a microphone on the seat, and if you can hear, okay, on G23, I can hear them talk. You get one warning, little buzz, little shock, right? If you 3 times, press the button, trap door, you fall through the floor. Done. You're out.
Yeah, this is like Austin Powers when he has the chairs in the boardroom.
Hell yeah. I mean, that'd be subtle, but what would be really funny is if you had one of those robot arms like at the that would
grabber.
come down. Like at the HEB, not HEB, but like at arcades. Come down, grab your ass, take you out.
That'd be dope.
But I think the trap door would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Somebody out there, please. Joe Rogan, if you're listening to this, your new club should have trap doors under each chair for anybody who starts talking shit.
I know,
just talking and get on their phone, you're out.
Definitely. I feel bad because I usually do get more of like, I call them supportive hecklers, where they're like, I say a joke and they'll like kind of say something supportive back, and then I like acknowledge it and keep going. Sometimes
like, you go girl, like what do they say?
Yeah, they'll say like, oh yeah, you go girl, or I don't know so I have this joke about how there should be a dating app for black guys that like to go camping.
Okay, that's a good premise. There'll be nobody on it.
There's like 2 ways I've tried the joke.
Mm-hmm.
but one of the guys in the crowd was black, and he was like, "Yeah, that's like there's no such app because no black guys would be on it." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, that's part of the premise." But also, like, thank you for your feedback, I guess,
Like
in
what I
this
just did just now.
exact moment. But
it it happens. I mean, there's no way around it, and I think it makes you tougher in a way.
yeah,
You know, there. You know that famous video of Bill Burr in Philly.
no,
So somebody went up before him that the crowd didn't like at all.
oh
I
no,
forgot who it was. Uh, Maybe it was Dean Del Rey. I don't know. Anyway, and Bill Burr comes out
hmm,
and he does 15 minutes. I think it's 15 minutes, but he literally shits on the whole city of Philadelphia
oh my gosh,
for 15 minutes. And as he's talking shit, he's counting down. I got 7 minutes left, you motherfuckers. And then he keeps going. You guys,
oh my
you guys have a statue of a fictitious character.
yes,
And he goes on and on and on and on and on. And by the time his set is over, he wins the entire audience back.
that's
Like
amazing.
that is like
Yeah, that's crazy.
top level like mastery. Like
Yeah,
he going. I mean, seriously, he came out. Fuck you, Philly.
yeah,
It was like
especially in Philly, they're like notorious for being bad audiences in anything.
I don't.
So
I guess anybody in that area, Boston, Philly, like all
yeah.
those guys in the Northeast.
Well, Philly will fight or ruin shit if they win or lose. It's like
Oh yeah, yes.
fucking tear down the town. But yeah, I've heard enough comic stories where they're like, Philly has like the drunkest motherfucker.
La, 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 la.
but
Our,
yeah,
we have it pretty good here. I gotta
yes,
say, I have it pretty good.
yeah,
I mean, as much comedy as there is out there, it's like you're going to learn quickly
right,
because people. I mean, comics don't fuck around anymore.
right,
But it's getting. I like the fact that every brewery does
right.
comedy now, and then comics are running their own shows pretty
Mhm.
much all over town.
Yeah,
Fucking Chris Tan is killing it.
yeah,
Fucking Lucas is killing it,
yeah,
and so that's good.
yes,
I'm glad. But Cap City's coming back here.
right.
Have you been to Cap City? Did you go to Cap
Yeah,
City
I went to
before?
the old Cap City.
That was my second home. I was there
Oh,
all the time.
that's probably why I didn't know you before. Is I wouldn't like I only got on their showcase or their open mic thing once.
Once
Yeah.
I did it maybe three or four times.
Okay.
But it was tough to get on. But I mean, even before that, I would go to shows like since
Right.
since like 2002.
Yeah.
Like I got to see Patrice O'Neill, Greg
Oh, nice.
Giraldo, Carlos
Yeah.
Mencia, you know,
Uh huh.
uh, shit, Louis C.K. in like 2005 or six or something like
Yeah.
that. But I hope they open soon because they've
I
been.
know. I was supposed to go to a show last
Is it David Tell?
Wednesday.
No.
No, Christina Key,
Oh yeah.
but they canceled.
Oh, that's right, because you're a big fan of the.
Yeah, I'm not as big of a fan as hers, but she still entertains me. I just kind of wanted to see like how the process of writing a new hour when you're, not working out at the comedy store or something regularly, what that is
Mhm.
like. Because I don't, in a club, I would be more down for it, where like I've seen David Spade kind of do that at the Paramount.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I paid money for these tickets where I want you to have like a little bit finer tuned hour than like
Oh, it wasn't good. David Spade.
it wasn't bad. It just you could tell he didn't have a clean hour. He was still like trying to figure it out.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
So he had like a good 25 minutes and the rest was kind of
just talking Q and A shit.
figuring it out type of stuff.
But it was obvious to you. But you think people in the audience scared? I mean, it's David
I
Spade.
don't know. That's the interesting part of it. Was not this past Moon Tower, but the Moon Tower before.
Yeah.
So, comedy fans that you would think probably know, but also sometimes I think people just are like, I saw a big name, so it doesn't matter if it's good or bad.
That's what that is. I mean, no. Let me backtrack. Um, there's some people that you go see them because of their name, not necessarily because they're good at what they do.
Right.
Uh, or I would say considered like very high level.
Right.
You know, Steve O goes on tour. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay to see Steve O,
Me
but if I
neither.
did, I would go because it's Steve O. He's gonna ride a bike with his balls out and then crash into
Yeah.
a wall or something, right? But that was it. Like my expectation or not, but because I mean we're comedians and we're comedy nerds, so when you go to a show now, you don't look for the same things as
Right.
the regular Joe Blow.
Uh-huh.
Like there's some comics out there that I've seen. And I'm like, I don't understand why they have such an audience.
Right.
They're great. Don't get me wrong. They're great at what they do. They've put in the work. They
Uh-huh.
make millions of dollars. They fill out arenas.
Right.
Good for them. I'm really happy for them. It's just not for me. We're talking
Right.
about Bert Kreischer earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like Fluffy is the same thing. Like a Fluffy or what's that other dude?
Joe Coy.
Joe Coy, yeah. But Joe Coy has his audience.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Larry the Cable Guy has his audience,
Right.
and I'm like, just if I were to, I want to see the comedy that gets me is the comedy where I can read it and it's still funny.
Got it.
Because if you're just saying stuff and you're acting it out,
Right.
and it's mundane stuff like me, my
Mm-hmm.
family, me, my kids, blah 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 blah. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the kind of jokes that you tell at the coffee in the break room,
Right.
right, or in line at the bank. It's like, eh. But if it's actually, oh no, there's a reason why I put this word here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why I, um, like I put an accent on this syllable
Right.
or something. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
and I can see, oh, this is actually clever writing.
Right.
I'm more receptive to that
Right.
than, oh yeah, can't believe what my kids did yesterday.
Right.
Like, yeah, okay, your kids again.
Interesting. I definitely get what you're saying as far as like, yeah, some jokes are funny written out and some or like both written out and performed and some are just funny performed.
Hmm.
Um like Casey Rocket is hilarious, but if you were just to read a transcript of his act, you would be like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is happening? Like just because of what he does, like his riffing. But I see what you're saying. But I'm not as technical as far as like syllables and word usage. I probably should get better at like figuring out what
You took the class.
funny words.
That wasn't like 102.
No, I know it should have been, but like I think she did at one point say, yeah, words with K's or hard syllables at the end are usually get a little bit better
Yep.
reception.
That's the thing. That is the thing.
But I haven't gotten that far. Like, I don't know. To me, it's just concepts. If there's a funny concept or a concept that isn't hit upon as much, that's the
Hmm.
road I want to go down.
I think more in terms of what is a joke that I can tell that nobody else can.
Yeah.
That should be the thing because everybody's gonna have a joke about Leah Thomas, a joke about uh, Amber Third. What's her name?
Yeah.
Amber Heard.
Heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amber Heard and Johnny Depp and all that
Right.
stuff. Like just to, but I'm like, I'd rather have something like, yeah, nobody else
Right.
can have this perspective.
Yeah.
That should be the goal. I
Exactly.
think. But I forgot what I was gonna say. I just lost my thought. Brain fart. What's that noise?
Air conditioning?
Oh, the AC. I was like, what the fuck? It's like, is my mic on? What the hell? I'm glad it. Okay, it is recording. It is recording. Um, I'm blanking out.
Oh no. Did it have to do with joke writing or joke?
Yes. So when you go, what I like to go to shows now, like back to back. So for example, I was going to go see Joe DeRosa last weekend,
Mm-hmm.
Friday and Saturday. or see when Sean Patton was in town. I'll go
Okay.
see him Friday, and
Yeah.
just to, because now I laugh if it's funny,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm looking for those changes. How did he change that one joke
Right.
from Friday to Saturday? And
Mm-hmm.
that's always interesting to me. Like Rogan is on tour, like filling out arenas, doing his hour, and like I think I saw him about 5 times in the month and a half,
Okay.
just to catch, like, okay, how is he changing things
Right.
around? Like, what are the jokes that I know we're gonna? I'm trying to guess. This one's gonna be on his new next hour.
Mm.
This one is maybe gonna be on it, but
Right.
it needs to be cut a little bit. Or oh, this is new. I didn't hear that one before.
Yeah.
Maybe that's gonna. So I like to play that game. So when I go to shows, like I I try to enjoy myself, but
Right.
but my brain just goes, huh? I like what he did there,
Yeah.
and I end up taking notes during shows
Oh, that's
for my own shit.
yeah, that's kind of cool and fun
Like I've had to like walk out.
to write
Yeah,
a
to put it on my phone. Okay,
yeah.
yes, and it's about something about not like oh, he said something about that, so I'm gonna do the
Right.
same thing. It's like, oh, that what he said made me think about how I can
Yeah.
restructure this joke.
Unlocked
So
something.
yes, and I just go and because I can't just sit down and be like, okay, it's time to write jokes now.
Yeah, same.
I can't do that.
I can't only if I'm like under pressure.
Like you have a show coming up or something, or
Uh yeah, so like Raymond, hasn't done it in a while, but he had this show concept where it was like you're supposed to tell jokes in four different styles of jokes. So he had like
who's
blue
Raymond?
Raymond Cabrera.
Oh, I know his face. I don't think I
Yeah.
met him.
Really?
No,
He runs the Friday Buzzmill open mic. It's really fun.
I haven't done that
Anyway,
one.
he doesn't do the show anymore, but it used to be like there's a do your comedy in the style of Def Jam, do your comedy in the style of Blue Collar,
Oh
do
wow,
your comedy in the style of alt comedy, and there was one more. I can't remember what the fourth was, but it was like different comedy stylings. Maybe it was a clean set. I don't know.
that's tough.
The one time I did it, I got alt comedy. So instead of doing my normal material, I did like
Tignataro.
David Letterman style, like
Uh,
top 10 lists or reasons. And he at the time he gave you like different topics you could write jokes on. So then like I had to write for that, which was like
oh,
a fun exercise.
how early does it give you those?
It was
Like
like
a week?
2 weeks in advance,
Oh,
maybe.
okay. I
But
thought it
then,
was on the spot. I'm like,
no, no,
yeah,
no.
no fucking way.
Everybody besides me just ended up doing their own regular jokes, but like trying to do it in the style of,
It's a good exercise. I mean,
yeah,
because you're gonna sound like somebody at first,
right.
and then until you find your own
Yeah,
thing. So yeah, okay, you're gonna be D.L. Hughley, or you're gonna be Larry the Cable Guy, Nate Bargatze,
yeah.
or Stephen Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, that's tough for the same joke.
Yeah. So we all had the same subjects, but yeah, you were supposed to write like different jokes
I,
in your
I like
style.
that. I want to try someday.
Yeah.
That's
It was good exercise. That's why I like said yes to the show because I was like, you know what? I'm going to push myself out of the box,
mm-hmm.
try something. If it doesn't work, you know, then no problem. It's not like my regular jokes, and if some of them work, then maybe I'll try to add them into my act.
Look, it's a muscle like
Yeah.
anything. Have you watched a good special lately?
Special Weshy, uh,
Special who?
Chris DeStefano's special on
Oh, I
Netflix.
haven't watched that one yet.
Special Weshy.
Is it good?
If you
No, you would
are
have said
Chris,
yes right away.
no, if you're a Chris DeStefano fan, you will enjoy it.
And you're not?
No, I am. I'm a
That was
big
the
fan.
slowest, yes, the most
No,
complicated.
I don't know, cause
Go ahead.
I enjoyed it and I laughed, but it wasn't like laugh out. I haven't found a special where I'm like laughing out loud all the time.
It's on TV. If you were there live, it would be different.
Yeah, but there has like not Joe Coy's latest special, but the special before that in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Some like I don't know if it was like the time of day I was watching it or just whatever, but that special, like there are points where I was dying. Like he has this bit about how this girl is like laughing, crying, and then she has to pee, and he made me laugh from that, where then I was like laughing, crying, and having to pee.
By yourself?
Yeah, in my house.
Trying to think which one is that. The earthquake one, I laughed a couple of times.
Okay.
That was a good one. I just watched the Cat Williams.
Oh, was it good?
I fell asleep, honestly.
Oh, okay.
I fell asleep. Like, Cat Williams is one of those guys. I get the appeal. I get black people love him.
Right.
They really do. But I have a thing against preachy comedy.
Okay. Yeah.
When it's not jokes, it's you telling people
your opinion.
Well, like how to live their lives kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, ladies, you should blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Fellas, no.
Yeah.
Like, okay, black people, no, white people.
Yeah.
This, like, come on. It's been so done and overdone.
Right.
That I don't see the charm in it anymore.
Right.
Because it was funny in the 90s. It was funny
Right.
during like especially black comics, but like Comic View, if you all enough to remember Comic View. No? On BET.
I did not watch that, but I have
You
watched
did have
like
BET?
I mean, we had it, but I think I've watched like documentaries about like Def Jam and different stuff to see clips of it, but not like, I came to school the next day and was like, "Did you guys see Patrice O'Neal?"
Not with that voice. Did you see Patrice O'Neal? No, but so he had and long like setups. And you're like, and the whole time you're thinking, when's the punchline coming? When's the punchline coming? It's like there's lies and there's truth. There's lies and there's truth. There's lies, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
get to it. Where's the thing? And then the punchline was something about that it showed there's a fried chicken in the country.
What?
Yeah, but the whole setup took literally like 5 minutes to get there because he's pacing up and down the stage.
Right.
He's like repeating stuff, and I'm like, I'm too big of a nerd,
right,
to really appreciate it for what it was. And I was like, all right, I passed out.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll go back and watch it. I'll try. I get high and see.
Yeah, see?
It helps.
It felt like he had a different, like, I know he's kind of character-y, but it felt like he had a different voice and kind of character this time.
Yes, it's not as wild as it used to be.
So, but his clothes are wild. So then I don't know. Just the preview, I was like, this is distracting. Just this.
Oh, do you remember the Pimp Chronicles?
Yeah, but that was like at least kind of one color, and it was distracting. But
so he needs to go in all black?
I don't know, something. It was like stars on the jeans, then a bedazzled hat, then like a do-rag under the hat, then like some. And I was just like, this is too much.
You know what? You would love French comedians because French comedians really play down their outfit. They always wear black.
Nice.
Always. And there's never, I won't say never, rarely. Like, I don't remember watching a French comedian that actually had a set with their name in big letters in the background, or like a whole decor or whatever. It's usually, okay, you got lights, and then big stage, and you're dressed in black. Black suit, black collared shirt, black pants, black shoes.
Nice.
And so you can only see their hands, their face. That's it.
Do you think about like if you were to ever have a special, how you would dress? I do. So my
Go ahead. I gotta hear you asking me because you want to answer the question.
Yeah, but I also wonder if like this is a thing that people think about, where I'm just like a girl that likes fashion, so I think about it. But
I can tell you do.
A lot of the female comedians wear like high heels and a little bit fancier, like they're gonna go out to the club. But that's not normally what you do comedy in. Most female comedians that I've seen, at least. So I just think it's like, I would feel uncomfortable, I think. But I also get, it's a special day for you, so you feel like you want to dress up a little bit. But all the other like male comedians just wear a plain t-shirt, nice jeans, and a blazer. So I think I would do that. Like go Angela Johnson style and
Hmm.
have like, you know, wear tennis shoes, nice jeans, and a cool blazer.
Nice. Tell me you already have that outfit set up in
I
your
do
closet.
not. No, no, no.
Okay, well, Christina P, her special, she's wearing this
Yeah,
pink jacket.
pink suit. She said too on the podcast recently that Netflix, when they expensed it, it was like the most expensive wardrobe they've had of any special thus far.
Was that distracting? Did you watch it? I haven't yet.
It was slightly distracting because she rhinestones out her pink jacket on the collar. So when it catches the light, it's a little, but it's also bright pink. But again, she doesn't, I don't think she wears that normally, like in her day to day stand up when she's going to like Wichita. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I get that it's like something special in your life and you want to look nice, but I don't know. I just think it's so wild to like dress completely differently.
Well, I mean, you remember in the 80s, like all the comics had like the blazer with
Yeah,
the white shoulder pads.
like a
Like that was the
leather
thing.
some suit of some kind
Yeah,
after.
yeah, either that, like Martin Lawrence or Eddie
Mhm.
Murphy,
Yeah.
like the bodysuit,
Yeah.
whatever, or you had the big jacket with the shoulder pads. Because when you go do like a Carson or Leno or whatever, like
Right.
yeah, you dress up for that, and you're like, oh shit, I have to dress up for this because this is special and it's gonna be recorded. People gonna see it. The next thing you know, you don't want people to show up at your next show. You're like, oh look, he's wearing sandals and shorts.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I would draw the line there. I don't think I would ever. I felt weird the first time I did it. It wasn't a mic. Yeah, it was a mic, but I would never do a show in shorts.
Okay.
Like no, not that I have nice legs or ugly legs,
Right.
but I just wouldn't. It wouldn't feel right. It's
Okay.
like going to work.
Yeah.
Like you go to work. I mean, I don't know what you're.
I have holy pants on right now, so I
Okay.
also am like I don't know if that's any better or worse than
No, but
shorts.
it's something. You don't have to be always stylish, but there's a minimum.
Right.
Like I grew up uh, and the whole thing here when you go to work in flip flops and cargo shorts and a t-shirt,
Mhm.
like we're there now, but like I didn't grow up with that. Like you
Right.
go to school to like, hey, got nice clothes on. Like I
Yeah.
just you got clothes over the weekend. You can't wait to go to school on Monday. Like, look, I got this new shirt.
Yeah.
Right. So it's the same thing here.
Mhm.
And so you want to put a little effort, but anybody who goes up and does a show, open mic, that's okay. Nobody cares.
Right.
But you do a show and you have flip flops and shorts above the knee, hell no.
Yeah.
I don't care how good your legs are. I don't care if you shaved. I don't. No, not no. I'm sorry. It's gonna be very distracting. Not because I'm like, oh my god, your legs, but
Yeah.
like put a little effort in your
I
how you look.
know. I go back and forth because I have tattoos, and
Right? They're
so
nice. So
thank you. I know, but they're like a distraction factor where I'm like, do I want to cover them or do I want to stop the stigma? Not stop the stigma. Like I'm gonna like be the Rosa Parks of comedians with tattoos, but just like you don't ever see many comedians with their tattoos exposed, and I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. Like,
that's true, unless you address it, if that's part of the
right,
material. Otherwise, yeah, you want to focus on the face and
right.
the words coming out of it.
But like, yeah, Joe Rogan has like full sleeves of tattoos, and he always wears like some
Yeah.
long sleeve
Yep.
thing.
So your next show, what are you gonna wear?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I host a show on Friday, so I'll probably wear something. I don't know. I go back and forth because I'm like the host. So I'm like, I don't really care that much, but I also want to be fashionable. But definitely like in the summer more.
Hmm.
Now it's getting hot. I'm like, fuck it. I wear sleeveless things. And if people have a problem with it, they can
Go ahead.
write a complaint.
Oh,
No,
I would say fuck off. I mean,
well, I was gonna say suck my dick, but
oh, sure, even better.
um, but yeah, I just hate being hot, so
Uh,
definitely in the summer.
but you enjoy fashion,
Yeah,
apparently. Do you? Okay, let me ask you this: Do you think that in Austin people know how to dress?
no,
Okay, why is that? Like, what do you see? I agree, but I wanted to hear from a fashion nerd.
I don't know if I'm a fashion nerd,
But
but
you care enough.
there's like uh we don't have like a unique style. It's kind of a blend of like Dallas, what people think is like more expensive, but they're it's like middle ground luxury labels,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of cowboy-esque. I don't know. It's a lot of like, and then hipsters in Austin. But no, like New York is like fashion where it's
Yes,
like people in
Paris.
the
Same.
industry, that kind of
Yes,
shit.
like I've gone out in Paris with friends, and one of my girlfriends was like, "This bitch has the same outfit as me." I said, "So what? I'm gonna go home and change."
Yeah,
She went home
and change.
and changed. Like, there's no way that she was gonna go into the club and then some other girl has the same outfit.
That's, I mean,
That's
good for
French.
her. That's how I feel about Halloween. Like, I always try to do a weird outfit because I'm like, you always, go to Spirit Halloween and see like 5 million people as
Oh yeah,
a black cat or some shit,
Black Cat, Black Angel,
Yeah.
or some Marvel character.
French maid, something slutty, the slutty
Yes,
version of
sexy fill in
something.
the blank.
Yeah.
Sexy SpongeBob SquarePants.
Mhm.
That's it. There was a sexy COVID outfit.
I'm sure there remember, so this is going to be a real throwback. Do you remember? I think it must have been 2015 or maybe 16,
Mm-hmm.
the election year when that one like kind of plump guy, his name was like something Bone, asked a question in one of the town halls for the upcoming presidential election. I don't know. He blew up on Twitter, and then the next day there was like a sexy um
Was it Joe the plumber?
no, his name was something Bone, and he had like this maroon sweater vest on and glasses.
I gotta see this guy.
And so, yeah, there was like I don't know if it was real or fake, but on the internet there was like sexy town hall.
Oh, Ken Bone
Yeah, Ken
with
Bone.
the red vest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. I remember this. This
So they jump on any any cultural
I I
phenomenon,
don't. Yeah, no,
make
fuck
it
that.
sexy.
Usually, what I do for Halloween, I mix up costumes.
Okay.
Like I always have a mask on.
Okay.
Always, a scary mask on, because I want to scare people.
Okay.
It's the only time I can do that. And get away with it. I've actually one year I was a dead. It's always a dead something with me.
Uh-huh.
So dead jester.
Oh,
So
nice.
I've got the jester costume, the one that you can
Uh-huh.
buy at any party
Right.
city or whatever, and I mixed it up with like all the bone stuff,
Ooh, cool.
and I had the mask and I had the hat with the
Uh-huh.
bells on it. So I remember, and I would go downtown,
Mm-hmm.
and I would walk past people I knew, and then just stare at them. I do this thing. This I was down the corner, and then as people are walking by me, I just follow them with my head. I don't say a word. Just follow them with my head like this.
Oh, yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah. Actually, one year I followed a couple girls up this one block.
Oh my goodness. You're lucky they didn't have pepper spray.
I'm lucky it was Halloween.
Yeah.
You can get away with it. No, any other day would never work. But I would post up at a bar where I knew the bartenders or the DJs or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just stand there and not move.
Nice.
And then they would go. I remember one of my friends was like DJ. He goes, "Yo, I don't know who the jester is, but he needs to get the fuck out of here or start dancing or something." And I turn around and I just pointed at him. And after my mask off,
Yeah.
and he go, "Oh, back! God damn it, you got us again."
I love that.
But the best was, I was a prisoner,
Oh,
and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the prisoner outfit. The same thing, dead prisoner
yeah.
mask and everything. And then I thought I was gonna have like the ball and chain, but the ball I was gonna put it on my head,
Oh,
and I would make eyes and the
yeah.
mouth and everything. And I went to a dance party, and it was dope. I think I
Uh-huh.
won the contest that year.
Oh, nice.
And then I put all my stuff down,
Right.
like my gloves, the mask, and everything.
Uh-huh.
And I was there late, and they cleaned up the room, and they took my shit and threw it away.
Oh no.
So when I walked out,
You
I
just
was
look
just
like
prisoner.
yeah.
And I swear to God, this car stops. Black girls inside going, really? Black prisoner? And drove off.
Like,
That was like Curb Your Enthusiasm
yeah,
moment.
exactly.
Man, yes. I'll never
Oh.
forget that. But yeah, always did something. I fucking loved it. Fucking loved it.
That's amazing.
But um, I just don't get. How long have we been talking? All right, now we're 25. Uh, I agree with you that people don't know how to dress here.
Yeah.
I'm tired of flip flops.
To be fair, I do think like the more accessible fashion is kind of trash now. Like whatever Gen Z is. I went to um Urban Outfitters recently. I was like the oldest person there. Everything is like triangle fabric or like very oversized, which I'm not opposed to, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just very strange and like you're like there's a thing called power clashing now where like you purposely put two different prints that normally wouldn't work together and so I don't know. It's a little crazy.
I don't. Now all I do is try to color coordinate as much as I can now.
Yeah.
Because I buy shoes and shirts thinking, okay, what can I wear with that? Like I will change 5 times before leaving the house.
Okay.
I'm one of those. I'm one of those guys. It's because I want to be practical,
Right.
but also look good,
Yeah.
like anybody. But if I've actually packed. Say I'm going out, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be out from let's say I'm out at 3 p.m. and I'm gonna be out all
Right.
day and all night. Okay, so I'm gonna put 2 other outfits in my car. I did it last weekend. I did it last Saturday.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I always look at the weather.
Yeah.
As schizophrenic as the weather is in
Yeah.
Texas, change all the time. And yeah, I was like, okay, from 3 to 6, this is what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And then I'll take a break, go to my car, change.
Hell
Like
yeah.
this is my nighttime outfit.
I love it.
Hell yeah! I mean, come on, folks.
Yeah.
Step it up a little bit. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Let's go to dope shit. What's your dope shit? I know you gotta go to one.
Okay. So you
You're glowing right
are
now. So.
European, so this is not going to be a new obsession for you, but it's a new obsession for me, and I realize I'm late to the game, but Netflix's F1 Drive to Survive documentary series,
Mm-hmm.
I've binged it in probably 3 or 4 days. It's like 4 seasons, and it goes through like the F1 season, but it highlights different teams at different parts and like the rivalries, and I'm just obsessed. Now I want like ladies to get into F1. I want to drive an F1 car. I'm on the highway and I'm like,
You gonna go to F1 this year?
probably, maybe. Now that I'm more into it, I'm like,
You got to see this shit.
I know. Well, so I went one year, but I wasn't into it, and we went towards the end of the race.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw the last cars doing their last laps, and I was like, this is not exciting. But now that I know the culture of it, I might. But the tickets are so expensive.
It's October. Save up.
I know. I just purchased my ACL tickets, so. But yes.
I didn't care again this year.
You didn't?
No. What's the lineup again?
It's like
Eilish?
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Pink, Paramore, Flume. I'm trying to think who else. I don't know. It was a lot of ladies. SZA, I think, was a headliner.
Yeah, Casey Musgrave, Paramore, Lil Nas X. So yeah, a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
ladies. And then Diplo, Lil Durk,
Oh yeah.
Spoon, Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yep. Call me maybe.
That's her.
Yeah.
She's gonna do one song and get off the get off the stage.
Well, she's gonna have one big song, but she has other songs.
I hope so. I hope so for her. Robert Glasper, that's good. I've seen him before.
James Blake,
No idea.
he's good.
Usually when I go to ACL, it's like I don't. I go one day. I don't. I never do the whole weekend. I've never done the whole weekend.
Gotcha.
It's too much. No, it's too much. It's like I think one day is plenty. I mean, you
Yeah.
pick your days strategically. But I remember one year I went. Who was it? I think that was the year that was like L Cool J.
Oh hell yeah, I remember that.
But the best thing was in the tent, the Tito stand or whatever.
Uh huh.
It was Prince's band,
Oh cool.
the Revolution,
Nice.
like the original band, just without Prince, and they
Right.
were doing all the
All his
songs.
songs.
Yes, and I was like, I had no idea the Revolution was here.
Yeah.
Like, it's that kind of stuff. Or there was a band called Lettuce. You ever heard of Lettuce?
No.
It's a funk band, and Lettuce Lettuce. They come to Austin every once in a while. At least they used to. Great funk band. Like they go into the crowd and then start jamming. It's dope.
Nice.
But the thing is with ACL, it's like there's just so much, and you go back and forth, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up going maybe one day. Maybe take my son if I can
Yeah.
for his first.
That'd be fun. They have the kitty limits, Austin kitty
Yeah.
limits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll
I
see. I say that now, but
yeah.
I'm looking for October Skank Fest. I'm going to Skank Fest,
Oh hell yeah.
Vegas, and then yeah, I just bought tickets to shit now. Just don't.
Nice. I know. I kind of wanted to volunteer for Skank Fest,
You
and
can
see what it's about, but
You ever been?
no, I don't know if that's really my audience, either for my own comedy or like what I enjoy in comedy all the time. So I was mostly just going to like see friends and kind of see what it's about to make a fair judgment if it's what I think or if it's
Then
different.
volunteer.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not, I mean, I think that you can't submit tapes anymore.
No, I don't. I wouldn't be on it.
Yeah.
But
But I'll tell you that about Skankfest. I went to the Houston one. That was my
Mhm.
first time. And we've talked about this on the show. We did like 2 shows recap with Cheatham about Skankfest. But
oh, nice.
they're comedy fans.
Yeah.
Those guys are comedy fans.
I do appreciate like anything goes for sure. That's like the cool part of Skankfest is like
Yeah.
anybody can do whatever and they're into it. But in some ways,
You'd be offended or something by something?
maybe I don't know. I just like some of the humor of just like going as low as possible is not my comedy lane.
Okay. Well, there was a little bit of everything, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, I know like Ariel did
Yeah.
Skankfest,
Yeah, she was there.
so I feel like if she was on it and cool,
I'm trying to think who else from here.
cause yeah, when she was on Kill Town.
Abby did it. Rosenquist.
Okay,
Yeah, she was on there.
cool.
Karen Margolis.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of women. Michael Fox. I mean, I'm saying that like it's yes, it's great. Don't get me wrong. You look at me like this motherfucker. No. But I really enjoyed it. So
Nice.
I
Yeah.
think it's I like the way it's set up. I like the everything in one place and
Yeah,
get to see like 50 comics in 3
Yeah,
days. I mean,
for
holy
sure.
shit.
That would be the appeal. And like I said, I want to give it a fair assessment.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see. What's my dope shit? Oh yes. Every Tuesday morning on Twitch, DJ Scratch Bastard,
Oh,
from Canada,
okay.
Toronto. He was here during South by. He did. He has this thing called the barbecue, the
Ooh.
Bastard Barbecue. It's a big party. He has his DJ friends play.
Yeah.
It was a whole day thing. And he does it all
Nice.
over the country. But every Tuesday he plays on Twitch for 4 hours straight, from like 9 o'clock to whatever 4 hours later is. I can't do math right
Oh,
now.
cool.
And he has like hundreds and hundreds of people in the chat.
That's so fun.
And he knows music. What I enjoy about I love watching DJs who
Right.
are music nerds. Like they get
Yeah.
excited about playing a record.
Yeah.
Not the DJs that just stand there to just do this and then do Jesus poses.
Right.
No,
No.
like you're not. But if you
Yeah.
actually like, I mean, you're screaming, not
Right.
too much because then you're ruining the music. But you can tell you have a smile on your face
Right.
the whole time. Like I enjoy that about Paul. So check it out. Go to twitch.tv/scratchbastard BASTID.
Okay.
Well, Scratch SKRATCH Bastard BSTID.
Okay.
Really dope guy. Really,
That's
really
cool.
nice. Really nice too. So
Did you during COVID? Man, I can't think of his name. It was a DJ though that's well known, and he did quarantine jams, and he would go live.
D-Nice?
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I got excited.
Yes, D-Nice. Here's my beef with D-Nice.
What's
And D-Nice been around for a long time.
Yeah.
He was part of Boogie Down Production. He was their producer. Talks too much, man. And when I would tune in during the pandemic, and every few seconds, shout out to blah 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 who's in the joined the live. Shout out, I'm like, shut up, just play. and he's undeniably talented.
Right.
You know who I really loved
Who?
during the pandemic? Questlove.
Okay.
Questlove played pretty much every day
Yeah.
during the pandemic, actually for a year. But Questlove did two things really well because Questlove is a fucking music encyclopedia.
Right.
Is that he would actually show on his Twitch the songs he was playing on both sides.
Right.
So you could like, oh, I like this song. I'm gonna go check it out. That's
Right.
one. And Questlove had stories.
Oh.
And he would tell, oh, this is how Prince came up with this song. Or this is why this song sounds like this other song. So it was actually refreshing. It wasn't just shout out. He didn't shout out anybody.
Right.
He would just play records and tell stories. And
That's
he did that every day. And then sometimes he would say, oh, you know what? For the next 4 days, it's going to be all Jacksons.
Okay.
And he would play like 3 hours a day, sometimes 4 hours. Okay. And he plays songs that you'd never heard.
Right.
Like B-side shit, like live recordings, stuff from shows that nobody has. And you'll go, oh, this week it's a Tribe Called Quest week. So I'm doing Tribe Called Quest for 5 days straight. That's it. Or De La Soul for 5 days. And you're like, I had no idea these artists had so many songs.
Right.
And he would put that up on YouTube. Yeah, so that was the shit.
Cool.
And then DJ Mel, shout out to DJ Mel, who's from here. He started the living room dance party.
Nice.
And he'd get on Twitch and play. And he's from here. I've known the guy for like, I don't know, 15 years or so.
Okay.
And I was like, he was Obama's DJ.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've heard.
The shortest
about
DJ and with the biggest crates. And he's been on the pocket. By the way, look up DJ Mel. He's been on the show like 5 times. And the dude talks for like, he doesn't talk much, but when he does, holy shit, he can't shut the fuck up. So the living room dance party was, you play every Saturday, like 6 to 10, online. And I was like, yo, how about we start a Zoom room and people can get on Zoom and you can see him dance in the living room. So they use my account.
Oh, fun.
So every Saturday I would tune in Zoom and people would join the Zoom and he would like go back and forth and people would dance in the living room.
That's awesome.
And so just this past Saturday was his first living room dance party in person in 2 years.
Oh, how cool.
And so a lot of people that never met in person.
Yeah.
So I went there and yeah, people from all over the country. And so I went there and they had name tags with my name tag and people were like, oh, back. I'm like, yeah. Who are you? Like, oh, I'm from the living room dance party from da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. Nice to meet you. I mean, it was so many people. People flew in for this.
You're like a local celebrity.
Yeah, 23 years in Austin. I know yes. I do. I do. I do. No, but it was nice to meet a lot of these people face to face, and we got to dance it up
Yeah,
and till one, and Mel just did his thing. It was fun.
that's
So
awesome.
that's not even my dope shit, but you
Yeah,
got me going. So
sorry.
it was Crash Bastard, DJ Mel. My dope shit is no, that was my dope shit. That was
Yeah,
Crash Bastard. Never
Crush
mind.
Basta.
Yeah, and DJ Mel. So check them out. Go to their Twitch channels. Mel still plays every Monday. He does Moody Mondays. I don't know if he'll keep doing the living room dance party now that he's done it live. But follow him if you're in Austin. Go see him. He has the best. He had the longest running '80s party in Austin.
Whoa.
Like I'm talking like 17 years, something like that.
Whoa.
And it is an '80s straight up '80s. Love it with adults. I don't want to
Nice.
be around 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's good. Anyway, Katie, thank you. Where can people find
Yeah,
you? All that good
thank
stuff.
you. Um, Instagram at K the number 8 Felts Felts.
All right, we'll have the link. When's your next? Oh, every Friday. What?
The second and fourth Friday of the month, I have Lipstick Battle, which is a comedy and lip sync show at Last Stand Brewing off South Congress and William Cannon.
What's the What's the concept so people know what to
Yeah,
expect?
so I have 5 to 6 comedians, and they all do 10 minutes. And at the end of the show, the audience votes on who had the best set of the night.
Hmm.
And then we battle in a lip sync battle,
Like,
a la like Jimmy Fallon or the Paramount show lip sync battle, where you get to pick your song.
yeah,
So it's like that, and it's been really fun. We'll have to have you come on, and then you can promote it on
sweet.
here.
Yeah, I'll
But
come
also,
check it
I'd
out.
love to have you on the show at some point.
I will come check it out regardless. So,
Yeah, it's fun.
let's see. Make sure you follow the feedback everywhere on social media. Instagram preferably. Share the show. Check out the archive. There's plenty to go around. This is 250. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
I don't know. But thank you for tuning in. We'll talk to you next time. Ciao, ciao.
yeah. Thank you.